So welcome to this course. Here you are going to learn C# and WPF and how to work with databases while making a program that allows you to read external files, including TXT, RTF, Word and Excel, get their content, match it according to your needs, and save as a new database file. The course also involves working with converters, images and icons, styles, custom windows, base and derived classes, software protection, and so on. So let's see almost the end result. I will show you my program called dbLine, which is used to create databases from text. You have two text boxes for a source text and a target text. The program supports different text file formats. I will create a database for machine translation from Ukrainian into English. So I will use United Nations Convention Against Corruption in two languages. If you work with two texts, click the Align Two Texts button. There are different types of fragmentation, IDEST by paragraph, sentence or word. I will align two texts by paragraphs. Here you see two lists of fragments called units. Left cells are called source units and right cells are called target units. Source units are more important because every source unit points to only one target unit. You can see it when you hover source units, but different source units can point to the same target unit. By default, fragments are aligned one by one. Of course, texts can be slightly different. I just contain blank lines, separated lists, unique information, and so on. So the first thing you need to do is to quickly scan the cells to find some regular differences between them in order to automatically remove differences. Source cells contain list markers and references to other documents, which I don't need. You can see that by scrolling horizontally, hovering, or editing. Automatic processing is done by reload. It is also a way to restore the original cells. In this case, I first need to combine in one cell article names, which are separated in two lines. If the line after header starts with a lowercase, that's the second part of the name. I also don't need any lists and references. You can choose from presets or write your own pattern. You can actually match practically anything you want. If you move your mouse over the text box, you will see a hint with fragmented regular expression language. I also want article names to be separate from words like article 1, article 2, and so on. So I will split records. In split after, you again type your regular expression. Optionally, you can remove something from the second part, again using regular expressions. What I need is to remove a dot and a white space from the article name after I separate it from article 1, article 2, and so on. If you first look at the total number of cells and click Reload, you will see that the number changes. Now I need to combine the first two source cells. In the bottom left corner you have tools for scrolling, massive assigning, combining, and deleting. When you click Combine, you select the cell that you want to be combined with the currently selected cell. If you need to change the target of just one source cell, you simply click the source cell and the desired target cell. Now, when I hover the first two cells, you see that their targets are right. Then I have a lot of source cells which I just don't need. You can select them and either click Delete key or use the Delete button in the bottom left. Now I need to assign cells to the right targets. When I hover all the source cells below, you see that they point to their own targets, all the way down. Just imagine how much time you would spend clicking each of them and assigning a target for each of them. But there are two buttons for semi-automatic manipulation with the selected cell and all the cells below it. I need to raise targets, so I click the respective button. As you see, all sources now have the right targets. Now I need to save the results as a database. I click Save and choose a name for a table in the database. I will leave the default name. When you click Save, you choose the name of a database file and the location. I saved the database in the root folder. There is a button in the top to open that folder. Let's see what we have. The database contains one table with the specified name and two columns, source and target. You can change the font size if you want to decrease or increase it. If you want to add text from another cell to the selected cell, click the button with the blue plus sign. If you double-click the cell or press the Edit button in the top, an edit window will pop up. These were the basics of using DBLine. Thank you for watching.